track across the globe, all these other regions, you can tell that we're starting already to figure out who might be some direct invites to TI, who's going to the major. Not this region. It's not that simple. It's never that simple. Because China is a cutthroat region, and you may be thinking, well, I mean, at least the winner of the previous major is a lock, right? Right, Lacoste? Surely!
One would assume, yes, but it's not what's going on in the second season. IG has been on and off. They've been tending to call GG out in a lot of the games. They tend to GG out mid-air while they're flying with those tentacles from the Tide Hunter. They just, they call GG without even losing tier 3 towers most of the time.
And they are in a fighting spot, but what they're fighting for is not to get relegated. They're not fighting to go to the major at the moment. So
I mean, it's a climactic situation for them regardless. As we can take a look at the schedule for today, you saw it in the pregame screen. It's going to be Sparking Arrow Gaming, the current bottom seed, the Season 1 lower division promotion, going up against the major winners. And now normally I would consider this to be a very, very one-sided affair, but yesterday in Southeast Asia, if you were watching, it was the same situation. The top seed going up against the bottom seed. The bottom seed won.
Okay. I completely can go with your storyline and whatnot. But Invictus Gaming isn't the top seed. It would be, right, ASTER or one of the teams that are playing on top. IG is now, on the third spot from the bottom?
Yeah.
And however, they are there, but then again, they're in a really good spot to at least go to the tiebreaker for the major wildcard, because the last two series they've got is versus eHome and versus Sparking Arrow Gaming.
Yeah.
So if they win both of these series, they'll sit on 4-3, which would put them in
tiebreaker situation. And then after that, it's going to be the grudge match: Elephant versus LGD. Ex-LGD versus current LGD, at least some ex-LGD.
That's gonna be hype. This is, I think there's a lot of pride in the second series. Both of these teams in the same spot, have a 3-2 score and fighting for that major spot. Especially Elephant, because last time did not go to that major, and with the name on the team, you want to be there. You want to be at least in the wild card. Just play a couple of games on LAN, see what happens. But I think this team actually thrives on LAN compared to online environment.
Right.
Yeah, when there's a possible crowd and everything, this team has so much experience. I don't think this team chokes.
And we're also talking about LAN in the sense of playing international opponents, because technically they're on LAN in their league. But yeah, I know what you mean. I need to see them go up against Europe and North America, Southeast Asia.
International competition, you see those faces in front of you, near you, and you
get some energy.
Yeah,
snake-eyeing people.
I mean, we saw that truce. I don't know if actually Somnus can handle eye-to-eye combat quite as well. No-Tail rolls in with a stack of papers, and he's like, "Oh God, what's happening?"
He got those papers.
He's got all the papers, all of the emails that he never read, all stacked up in one giant. But I do think that at least Invictus Gaming, I would be disappointed if they don't make it to major number 2. Yeah, that would be like a rare turn.
That would be a huge disappointment for Elephant, as well, right? Because if they don't make it to the major 2, I'm not sure what you do with that team anymore. You need to make some changes, as that's pretty much it. 2 seasons you didn't make it. Some changes necessary, but when it comes to IG, no changes are necessary. They made some adjustments to their haircuts and whatnot.
That's true.
They didn't really change their drafts a lot from the Singapore major, which also got them to this position that they're in at the moment. I think they came back into Season 2 a little bit too relaxed.
Yeah, I have the same feeling of what we heard from OB Neon in Southeast Asia. After having a good placement at the major, they kind of fooled around for a couple of series, and it backfired. I want to see IG in this one with the efficiency, what they've been doing throughout the Season 1, throughout the major, all about these small details, saving the tomes, give it to whoever it needs. Sometimes you had 2, maybe even 3 tomes in one game, and then they just pop it, because certain supports, they don't need it. Not a big difference if you're level 6 or 7, So something that we didn't see other teams doing. Passing Ocean Heart while they're running through the river to get the maximum efficiency out of the item. Like, it's just a whole another level of how to get the maximum out of items and whatnot out of the map. I want to see that IG.
Yeah, and from Sparking Arrow Gaming, I just want to see one game. They're 0-10 right now, I believe. Just one game, my boys. That's all I need.
Were we not in the similar situation with Little Gun? They might
They
have
had
won
one game versus Smart Omega.
Yeah, with the Huskar or something like that. Maybe Sparking Arrow Gaming can recreate that feeling. Maybe get some Pudge on the offlane, some light carries.
Maybe it's time to get something, get the big guns out. Average game time for this team. They lost the whole series in 38 minutes against ASTER. They lose in 25 to 35 minutes most of the time. Like, there are a couple of games that went to like 40, 45 minutes. But if I compared them to Magma in the previous season, which was an upper division team, now in the lower division, I think they put up a much better fight than what the Sparking Arrow Gaming is doing.
But did Magma attempt a 0-minute tier 1 tower?
They did not.
Okay.
They did not.
They are breaking some records. So
putting their name on it on the map.
They did it, but it was not their idea. They saw it somewhere else, pretty much the same heroes, but we gotta give them credit for trying. They lost that game. That was the game that they lost in 13 minutes.
Exactly, and maybe that's the problem. You can't just copy NA Dota. That's the problem.
Now you have to be, you have to hold the American or Canadian passport to be able to do it.
That's right. Are there any original ideas in Dota anymore? Sometimes I wonder. Where do they come from? They all have to trickle through the pubs, and then credit gets,
Yeah, it's kind of
diffused.
How I feel about it and how the community so far feels about it. When it gets used in the pro scene, then it gets credited to the person that used it first in the pro scene.
Yep.
Which doesn't mean the team invented
They stole it. Most of the time they steal it from the scrims.
Usually
but then
they steal it from someone.
It doesn't necessarily need to be their own idea. You take something that looks good and you kind of make it better yourself. Like one thing that Puppy was doing is half pool. It was like 6, 7, 8 months ago when he was just like, how are they so efficient? Because you don't get XP. He's just constantly half pooling and denying half of a creep wave all the time.
Yeah. Offliners would be like, oh, the lane's here. I can't contest because at least 2 creeps are here.
Yeah. So there are a lot of ideas. People always try to find a way how to break the game. We have these masterminds trying to figure it out. But let's check the bans. Viper Broodmother banned by IG. And Nyx Assassin Mars. So a lot of these good laning heroes left in the pool. Enchantress, Snapfire.
Treant, Lashrak. Now that Nyx is banned out, they go with the 3. But I'm actually curious why the Mars ban.
Yeah.
So early on, and you pick the Centaur.
But Treant Protector kind of does the same thing.
He does the same thing, yeah.
It just keeps them in place when there's. Mars Arena is better. It's longer duration.
How do you guys feel about the Centaur Shard? It gives you more strength.
It's good. Like it's maybe 4th, 5th item, or if you can get it
for
free from Roche.
It's pretty solid.
You'd give it from the Roche one?
Not the first one, maybe later on.
Sure, if you don't have good heroes that, that don't benefit a lot.
I've definitely gotten smashed by a bunch of Centaurs who go Shard and then Overwhelming Blink.
Yeah. I literally did the same build last night.
It's crazy.
I won a team fight on my own.
That's what I wanted to say. I think the build on a Centaur, like the common build, if you can get to 40-50 minute game, like you have Hood, Vanguard, Brown Boots, Blink Dagger, and then if Lotus Orb is needed, if not, then you get a Heart, Overwhelming Blink plus a Shard, and it's very hard to deal with.
So SAG combo the Centaur with Grimstroke. This is most likely going to be our laning duo on the offlane. Meanwhile, INVICTUS Gaming, they go with the good old standard, tried and tested, Phoenix and Treant. When these 2 heroes are good, they need to be paired up together. They need to be played together, really, as they combo each other so very well. The Egg into Overgrowth, you can't really deal with that easily. So.
And these are both heroes that I've been seeing get Locket very, very early on. Yesterday, Phoenix, Kuro's Enigma, he played Phoenix, he got Locket super early on, and then all the tanky boys that we're always talking about, like they had a Spectre on their team. ILTW was regenning so much with the Locket and Sunray.
And
It's
you
a
have
good
now
item.
Treant as well.
Yeah.
And Phoenix.
Infinite heals.
Can you repeat that? It's a good item? I can't believe that's the first time.
Holy Locket
Holy
is a
Locket.
good item.
It
Lizard.
is. It
I
is.
know,
viable.
I agree, but it's been so...
I know, right?
Such a long time.
That's how I felt
It
whenever
took
Meteor
us-
Hammer became a thing.
Like a year, maybe more, to make this item viable. When it came out, it was so expensive, like really not worth it. Then we tried to buff it. Still, no one was picking it.
I think Necro was like the only person who would buy Locket, and even then he was like,
And
"Yeah."
Necro was
IO
not,
here
and
and
Necro was
there.
not picked at all.
Yeah.
So.
So they're protecting the egg a little bit. All these built-in BKB carriers, the Jug with the spin, Snapfire as well, high attack speed, little Shredder. And so they're protecting the egg with their bands. What else is there? I don't think you need to go any further. I think these two are the main ones.
Sparking Arrow Gaming thinks, they are gonna go with more team fight, decide to ban out Faceless Void. We've seen, like, I don't remember which game because we, watch a ton of Dota, but there was, like, Treant Protector, Phoenix, Faceless Void, plus something else, maybe Mars, in one of those games. So they decide to go with the Tiny. Right now they have two heroes who benefit quite a lot from the Ink Swell, Blink Dagger Initiators. And they can blow up, like Phoenix doesn't deal well with Phantom, doesn't like to get on top of him. They have a Centaur also as a response, where you can just run away from the egg, possibly, if you don't feel like you need to take that fight. Unless there's a Treant Protector holding you with his
in
ulti,
place,
of
yeah.
course. But the Treant Protector, a lot of value from the Sunray as well, playing into two tanky heroes. Tiny strength gain insanely high, same goes for a Centaur.
Yeah, this is one of those drafts. It's really easy to see how it can work for IG with the Tree and Phoenix, but if they do manage to run away every time you use those big ultis like Lacoste mentioned, then it can be really good for SAG. Just run away, re-engage with the Tiny, with the Inkswell, Blink Dagger.
Well,
Yeah,
Puck's
just-
still in the pool. If you want to keep him in place even more, kind of tripling down on team fight.
Okay, they just go. So there was an option of two carries, perhaps Lifestealer and Ursa. They go with the Ursa.
I prefer Ursa.
Yeah.
Like, Lifestealer is good, but I don't see Lifestealer fitting the games.
Versus Tiny and Centaur just feels so
Yeah, it
good.
feels so good, and I think he benefits quite more from what he has, like Treant Protector armor, Sunray, Lifestealer. He goes in, but Ursa, I think when you get those stacks up on a certain hero, then you go in and out reset with all those heals, and you benefit much more from it, and it also opens up the Roche.
What about some Darkseer 3 and top lane, and Phoenix actually safe lane with the Ursa?
That sounds amazing.
That's too strong. That would
Too
be too
much.
strong.
Too
Treant
much.
Protector with Surge and Ion Shell on him, hitting for 100.
I also think the Ursa is a good idea to discourage a potential Medusa pick, which would have been good against Phoenix Egg. Ursa, I'm still considering to be the most successful hero against Medusa.
Shadow Shaman. So we rotated the Grimstroke to the safe lane, it looks like.
And Tiny
And-
to mid.
Yeah, and Shadow Shaman will be our 4
Could be
with the
still
Centaur.
safe lane Tiny.
Yeah, that's true as well.
Most likely going to be on the mid lane. I think you want to get a better matchup. So, looks like a good Phantom Lancer game for Sparking Arrow Gaming. I wouldn't mind seeing that, because Ursa doesn't build into Battle Fury anymore, and they have nothing like no AoE damage. I would love to see, like, why not Lash? Like, they can just cover the potential PL pick from Sparking Arrow Gaming, and gives them more tower damage. They really lack tower damage on IG.
I like that idea a lot. Lash for them. For SAG, is Troll banned out as well? Maybe that's an option too, as
Yeah.
that carry position.
IDC played a fair amount of troll.
Yep.
Good answer to the egg.
Versus the Ursa, you make him miss a bit. So it's a nice carry for SAG. What do they need here? So they need the offlane and the mid lane for IG. We've already mentioned the Darkseer and the Lash Rack. What else is there? Legion Commander is still in the pool, actually untouched. Another way of keeping them in spot. Very good versus Shadow Shaman.
Yeah, great dispel. I wouldn't mind seeing that as well.
JT did play Necro. If you want infinite heals on IG.
That's an option too. They go with the Legion instead. I think this is a little bit easier to play around.
Like this Ursa's gonna go ham. Press the attack, Sunray, like potentially Holy Locket, Living Armor.
Yeah, I don't know how you're
It's
gonna
just
kill
like
him.
I don't know. I like Ursa's one of the more aggressive type of a hero that is in your face, can get in and out of the fights with the Earth Shock, potentially if you get a shard. So looking really good. They need to address this Ursa pick. They ban out the troll that you guys mentioned.
They can even go with this is extremely greedy, but we've seen it yesterday. The Medusa Ursa combination.
No.
I don't like that.
So hear me out. I completely agree with you guys that it's way too greedy. I think why team started doing it is because of this build on Ursa that doesn't really allow you to farm. You're buying a diffusal and then you're just fighting constantly. So you're actually the playmaker from the safe lane, which has been done like 3-4 years ago. It was popular when you had all the invokers and TAs and tinkers from the mid lane carrying.
Yeah, but Lacoste's most common criticism is you're doubling down on physical damage, and no one's doing magic damage at that point.
Like Solar Crest is
Radiant
the
team
most popular item on supports and one of the best items in the game right now. So like you kind of, I'm not.
Radiant team back.
Half bull.
10
like 6,
seconds
7, 8
remaining.
months ago, when like he was just like, how are they so efficient?
5
Because like
seconds
you don't get
remaining.
XP, he's just constantly half bulling and
Dire
denying half
team
of a creep
back.
wave all the time.
Yeah,
Like
you
it's
also
so
be like, oh, the wind's here. I can't contest because at least 2 creeps are here.
yeah. So there are a lot of
Radiant
ideas.
team
People
pick.
always try to find a way how to break the game, have these masterminds trying to figure it out. But yeah, let's check the bans. Viper, Broodmother by G. The Nixus Assassin Mars. A lot of these good laning heroes like the Pool, Enchantress,
10 seconds
Snapfire.
remaining.
Tree and Lash
Dire team,
now
dire
that makes it
team.
stand out. They go with the tree, but I'm actually curious seeing why the Mars man
Yeah.
so early on. And you pick the Centaur.
The Treant Protector kind of does the same
He
thing.
does the same thing, yeah.
Just keeps them in place when there's. I mean, Mars Arena is better. It's longer duration.
10
How do
seconds
you guys feel
remaining.
about the Centaur shard? Gives you
It's,
more
it's good. Like it's
5
maybe
seconds
4th,
remaining.
5th item, or if you can get it
I love
for
it.
free
It's,
from Roche.
So,
You'd give it, you'd give
Radiant
it from the
team
Roche
pick.
one?
not the first one, or maybe later on.
Sure, if you don't have good heroes that, I don't know, that don't benefit a lot.
Getting smashed by a bunch of centaurs to go shard and then
Radiant
overwhelming
team
blood.
back.
Yeah, I actually did the same build last night.
It's crazy.
I won a team fight on my
Yeah,
own.
that's what I wanted to say. You know, I think the build on a Centaur, like the common build, if you can get the 40-50 minute game, like you have Hood, Vanguard, Brown Boots, Blank Dagger, and then like if Flow
10
Absorb is
seconds,
seeded, if
team
not,
back.
then you get Heart, Overwhelming, plus a Shard, and it's pretty hard to do.
So SAG combo the Centaur with the Grimstroke. This is most likely going to be our laning duo on the offlane, while Invictus Gaming they go with the good old standard Trident, the Phoenix and Treant. When these two
10
heroes
seconds
are
remaining.
good, they need to be paired up together. They need to be played together.
Radiant
as
team
they
back.
combo each other so very well. The Egg into Overgrowth, you can't really deal with that easily.
And these are both heroes that I've been seeing get Locket very, very early on. Yesterday, Phoenix, Kuro was Enigma. He played Phoenix, he got Locket super early on. And
10
all
seconds
the
remaining.
tanky boys that we're always talking about, like they had a Spectre on their team.
5
was
seconds
regenerating
remaining.
so much with the Locket and Sunray.
And
It's
you
a
have
good
Archie as well. And
Yeah.
Phoenix.
Infinite heals.
Can you repeat that?
Dire
Good
team
item?
back.
I can't believe that's the first time.
Holy Locket
Holy
is a
Locket.
good item.
It is. It
I
is.
know, I agree, but it's been
I know, right?
such a long time.
That's how I felt
It
whenever
took
Meteor
us-
Hammer became a thing.
Like a year, maybe more, to make this item viable. When it came out, it was so expensive, like really not
10
worth it. Then we tried
seconds
to buff it,
remaining.
still no one was picking it.
I think Necro was like the only person who would buy
5
Locket.
seconds
And even
remaining.
then he was like,
And Necro was
here
not picked at all.
So they're protecting the egg a little bit. All these built KB carriers, the spin, snapfire as well, high attack speed, little shredder. They're protecting the egg with their bands. What else is there? I don't think you need to go any further. I think these two are the ones.
Sparking Arrow Gaming. Go
10
fight,
seconds
decide to
remaining.
pick out Faceless Void. We've seen, like, I don't remember
5
which
seconds
because you
remaining.
watch out of Dota, but there was like Treant
Dire
Protector,
team
Phoenix,
back.
Faceless Void,
Dire
plus
team
something
back.
else,
Radiant
maybe
team
bars.
pick.
Other games. But they decided to go with the Tiny. Right now they have two heroes who benefit quite a lot from the Inkswell, Blink Dagger Initiators, and they can blow up like Phoenix, deal well. Phantom doesn't like to get on
10
top of them.
seconds
They have a
remaining.
Centaur also as a response where run away from the
5
egg possibly.
seconds
Like,
remaining.
you need to take that fight unless there's a Treant Protector holding you with
Holding
his
in
ulti,
place,
of
yeah.
course. But the Protector a lot of value from the Sunray as well, playing into two tanky heroes. Tiny strength gain insanely high. Some goes for a Centaur.
Yeah, this is one of those drafts. It's really easy to see how it can work for IG with the Tree and Phoenix, but if they do manage to run away every time we use those gold mentioned, then it can be really good for SAG. Run away, re-engage with the Tiny, with 12 Blink Dagger.
well,
Yeah,
just
just-
still in the pool if you want to keep in
Dire
place
team
more.
pick.
Kind of showing down the team fight.
Okay, they just go. So there was an option of two carries, perhaps like Stealer and Ursa. They go with the
I
Ursa.
prefer Ursa. Like Lifestealer is good, but I don't see Lifestealer fitting the games.
We're just Tiny and Centaur just feel.
Yeah, it feels so good.
10
and I think he
seconds remaining.
fits quite more from what he has, like Treant Protector armor,
5 seconds
Sunray,
remaining.
Lifestealer. You know, he goes in, but Ursa, I think when you get those stacks up on a certain hero, then you go in and out reset with all those heals, and you benefit much more from it, and it also opens up the Roche.
What about some Darkseer 3 and top lane? Phoenix actually safe lane with the Ursa.
That sounds amazing.
That's too strong. That would
Too
be too
much.
strong.
Too much.
Treant Protector with Surge and Ion Shell on him, hitting for 100.
I also think the Ursa is a good idea to discourage potential Medusa pick. Good against Phoenix egg.
Radiant
But,
team pick.
I'm still considering to be the most successful hero against Medusa.
Blue Shaman. So we rotated the Grimstroke to the safe lane pick.
And Tiny to
And-
mid.
Yeah, and Shadow Shaman will be our 4
Could be
with the Centaur.
safe lane Tiny.
That's true as well.
Most
10
likely gonna be on the
seconds
mid.
remaining.
Want to get better map. So looks like a good
5
monster
seconds
game
remaining.
for Sparking Arrow Gaming. I wouldn't mind seeing that. Because Ursa doesn't build into Battle Fury anymore, and they have nothing like no AoE damage. I would love to see, like, why not Lash? Like, they can cover the potential PL pick from Sparking Arrow Gaming, and gives them more tower damage. They really lack tower damage on IG.
I like that idea a lot. Flash for them. For SAG, is Troll banned out as well? Maybe that's an option.
Yep.
That carry position.
IDC played a fair amount of troll.
Yep.
Good answer to the egg.
Versus the Ursa, you make him miss a bit. It's a nice carry for SAG. What do they need? So they need the offlane and mid lane for IG. We've already mentioned the Darkseer and the Lash rank. What else is their Legion commander is still in the pool, actually untouched. Another way of keeping them in spot. Very good versus Shadow Shaman.
Yeah, good great spell. I wouldn't mind seeing that as well.
JT did play Necro. One. Infinite heals.
Radiant
IG.
team back.
Legion Commander!
Too. They go with the Legion instead. I think this is a little bit easier to play around.
Like, this Ursa is gonna go camp. Press the attack, Sunray, like, potentially Cold Lock, Living Armor.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's
They're gonna
just
kill
like,
him.
I don't know. I like
10
Ursa's one of
seconds
the
remaining. 10 seconds
more
remaining.
aggressive type of hero that is in your face, can get
5
in and out of the
seconds
fights
remaining.
with the Earth Shock, potentially if you get a shard. So looking really good. They need to
Dire
address
team
this Ursa pick. They got the troll
Yeah.
that you guys mentioned.
They can This is extremely greedy, but we've seen it yesterday. The Medusa. It's a combination.
No.
I know, I don't like that.
So hear me out. I completely agree with you guys
10
that it's way
seconds
too
remaining.
greedy.
10 seconds remaining.
I think why team started doing it is because
5
of this
seconds
builder.
remaining.
Doesn't really allow you to farm. You're buying a diffusal and then you're just fighting cost. So you're actually the playmaker from the safe lane, which has been done like 3
Radiant
it was popular
team back.
when you had all the invokers and EAs and tinkers from the mid lane carrying.
Yeah, but Lucas's most common criticism is you're doubling down on physical damage, and no one's doing magic damage at
And
that point.
like Soul Crest is the most popular on the boards and one of the best items in the game right now. So like you kind of
10
not
seconds
necessarily
remaining. 10
counter, but you're
seconds
protecting
remaining.
yourself against both cores. If you have
5
an offlane, that
seconds
can definitely
remaining.
have its Halberd, Crimson Guard, potentially also a mid laner. We saw mid Bristle back. Halberd, it's very easy to counter these type of strats. They ban Ember Spirit, so I still feel they
Ember, Void Spirit.
because they're probably
Dire team back.
preparing for PL.
Actually,
Radiant
IG
team
banging out
pick.
Morphling as well. One of the better heroes. There's the Void Spirit, one of the better heroes from Ursa and the Phoenix SAG.
Yo, let's go all in on buffs. Voker, Alacrity for the Ursa as well. Literally put everything on him. Aside from that,
10
your left track
seconds
stone
remaining.
pool as well.
Is there any other playmakers
5
that are still
seconds
left in
remaining.
pool?
Puck is still suspiciously
Puck is
ignored.
Yeah,
Clash, maybe even Dragon Knight. He's super tanky, doesn't care too much about Tiny. They can't burst him down. He gets a BKB, be a BKB carrier from the
Dire
mid lane
team
where
pick.
you don't care about.
good old Razor versus the Tiny. You already have the matchup, right?
You may now select your heroes.
Razor and
Why not just take Phantom Lancer? Like,
Yeah.
good against Razor. Like the only hero that you kind of care about is Legion Commander Overwhelming Odds, and that's the damage. But once you tank, you really don't feel it.
It's good in the lane.
Do you get either of them? Maybe just attack creeps. No, I don't think that's how it works. It's like different levels of elevation. The ghost is higher up, the bug is like inside your abdominals here. Yeah. I actually quite like the SAG draft, but you know it's SAG, so I can't really go for them. You know, the draft was good. Ish.
Well, it's actually for game 2, which is when game end. Less than 25, 25 to 40, and then over 40. But next game I can give it.
Alright.
I see for you.
Prepare
Fuck me,
for
huh?
battle.
Maybe.
No? Yeah? Maybe?
I haven't had my coffee yet, I don't drink anyway.
You don't have
Very funny. It's like me. At least what my mom says.
That, one of your favorite voice lines, the, Razor one? I feel like you can imitate it well.
Thank you.
You a good voice. There's, I think like a couple days ago, maybe a week ago, you were just doing a bunch of voice lines and nailing every.
Yeah, we gotta make sure I stay down low though. I don't want to get kidnapped by the government for voice lines.
30 seconds
Okay.
to battle.
We won't.
Yeah, Weaver. If he's farmed, I mean, the lane is gonna be good. Much better than the Phantom Lancer, and if he's farmed, actually has pretty good matchups against Weaver, against Razor as well as Ursa. So in that regard, I kind of like the pick, but it doesn't give you, of course, as much late game security as like a Phantom Lancer would. But then again, you have a Tiny, you have a Centaur, they scale pretty well into the late game. Should
The
be
battle
okay.
begins.
However, But the Phoenix is a big problem. They don't really have any good Phoenix answer.
Yeah, the right-clicking potential isn't exactly amazing to take it out like the egg.
Yeah. Like,
And
once
what-
this guy reaches 18, maybe even gets an axe, it's gonna kill.
I would even say, I was going to say even earlier, once he gets to the second level in Supernova, it's going to be very tough. Like, level 1, yeah, I think they have a chance. Level 2, I think that is, if you can't kill it there, you got problems.
Level 2 is usually when these BKBs come in, maybe on the Weaver, maybe on the Tiny also, so there's a chance that they can take it out there. Just the later the game goes, the scarier this Phoenix gets. Also the percentage of damage against Tower, Tiny. It's a very scary hero in this game. And they will have to try to fuck them out early in every fight. Fly, pausing the game. So, like 300 damage. Like, this is not allowed. I have to check the rulebook.
I have to check if this is fair. Balanced.
Yep. And then they unpause.
The tip September, okay.
But there was a BM on pause because of the other team unpausing. I would pause again to check the rulebook once more. Can we get a DQ win here, guys?
The unwritten rules.
Oh, Trin actually one more lightning.
Oh, got him.
Ollie.
But it might
We
well
have
be.
seen the uncharacteristic mistakes quite a bit from IG, honestly.
Completely 180 from what we saw from them season 1.
Yeah, like he just stood in the creep wave tanking it, gets Centaur stomped, and died for free pretty much. IG definitely has a lot of work cut out for them. I watched him yesterday in I-League against Ehon. Managed to win 2-1, but didn't look pretty.
It wasn't like they're clean series. But I was Home's doing really well
They
in
are.
I-League.
Not only in I-League, even the last game they played in DPC looked really good. The
Right.
drafting style overall seems to be really working out for them.
It looked a lot better. They
Dyer's
2-0'd
top tower
Aster, so
is under attack.
certainly look forward to if you're an eHome fan because they're on the cusp as well. A lot of teams are on the cusp. Like this is, I think you need this because if they lose here,
They're 3-3
they're
or 3-4.
They're 2-4 if they lose here,
2-4. They don't have 3 wins.
which would put them even with RNG. And their last series is up against eHome, and it could end up being, they just end up middle of the pack.
Yeah, you can't afford to lose here. I still don't think they will lose here. Just overall skill level should be too good. But I mean, there's always a
You
chance.
could have a Logan situation.
Sure.
You get beaten game 1, you kind of. I almost want to in game 2 a little bit.
Loyalty will be
I feel like they're
rewarded.
not adventurous enough to pull something like that off, though. You really can really caught TMC off guard, especially in the second game. Chinese teams really don't do that at all, ever. Whether they're underdog or not, they don't like to experiment around.
The Weaver's a little different. Other than that, this is pretty standard.
I mean, Weaver was a decent carry like a while ago. Kind of fell out of favor because late game carries, like the super hard carries, where that is more popular.
There was a time when Weaver felt like one of the most carries in China. You'd have like Mugi play it, and, I know Newbie really liked it back in the day. They loved the Weaver, and then it just became like, you pick Weaver, we'll just pick Bloodseeker.
Yep. Back in my days. Top lane is
I'm
actually
in your debt.
pretty even. I thought Weaver Grimstroke would be doing better here.
Not for you.
Curse dive to try and stop that salve. Maybe a little bit earlier, but at least you get the most out of it. I do get a little bit worried on how FPG is going to handle this Legion if it goes a little bit later. They've got Shackle the hook stop damage with the Ether Shock. September's got another kill, and this time he takes out Fly. This lane's going really well for SAG.
It's a lot of damage potential coming out. They don't have any way at all to cancel the Shackle. So I really like him skilling Shackles level 2. Just to save him for such an honor. Going for the next kill as well.
Yeah, Shackle hook stop with the Avalanche. They've got another.
Not if it's also going to
Okay, dice to the tower. That's not full.
Yeah, but Ursa gets solo XP, now you get free farm lane.
Yeah.
Like, this kill was not necessary, because Trian was already half health. He could dive out. Or Gemini attack. Had a fairy fire. Fake hype. Bottom is don't take high door. Earth shock.
Got the kill in the September, so a little bit of revenge there for us.
Shit again, though, is it worth? Because like, he lost so much health. As if we're hitting south on tree, they're not. Now, how do you lane?
Again.
Like, that's what I mean. Like, the kill is good, but is it worth it? Because you can't touch creeps now.
So, we talked about experimenting with SAG.
Yeah.
And Son Goku's doing a bit of a different build. Not going to that early Vanguard that we've seen so many times on the center. He's gone double bracer, going straight into the overwhelming blink, I believe, after the phase. But straight overwhelming blink, that's an interesting way to go. Static link on 7E, the rotation in from Taka, the plasma field comes in, and Emo will get the kill onto 7E.
Razor's just too good against Tiny.
Dire's
His 0
top
armor.
tower
Every time
is under
Port hits you,
attack.
you lose 1 armor.
Dire's structures
Physical damage
are
coming out.
fortified.
Now the tower pressure. And the what's spawns here. Rotating in.
Dire's middle tower is under
Those lane.
attack.
Ultra Razor will send.
It does. And it got faster too. And it passed away a lot slower.
Triage.
What was the build back in the day with Razor? Like, you'd get the refresher and just pop 2 ults and run at people and you'd destroy them.
Yeah. We still see sometimes Legion Commander in a little bit of trouble here.
Chikuchi on a GT. That
Yeah,
does
Fairy
land. And right quick, Fairy Fire. Still not enough. I assume Dynasty wants to dive
You
this.
have to be careful.
The attack, the turn, Razor. He's here. Plasma Field Dynasty's in trouble and he's just gonna die.
I'm not even sure why he went for that kill. There was still the hood active that he used, so Kushi dealt 0 damage.
That he's just in a horrible position.
He got baited super hard, but honestly, he baited himself more than anything.
Yeah.
Like,
JT
sometimes,
just run back. I don't know if he was doing much of a baiting.
yeah, like you gotta be just happy to free farm, you know? You don't need to get that kill. That's the 3rd time we saw this. 3 heroes bottom though. Oh, Shaman missed the opportunity. A little bit too impatient. They still have no way of cancelling the shackle. And Weaver down here as well now.
So it's just too much lockdown. They don't want to commit. These people are coming over. They've done a decent amount of damage to the Holly, but I don't know if that's enough. They're going to turn on in September. They'll get that kill on the Shadow Shaman. They look over at Son Goku with this ult from Emo. The lightning strikes hit. Kill off Son
away at him.
Goku. Oh, there it is.
I mean, great from Emo, but again, SAG just overcommitting into the tower.
Did they overcommit or did they undercommit? Because to me, I think you could have had 4 heroes go on to those 2 where you know, are you sure you can't break through what Emo's throwing your way?
You could potentially commit all of you, but it might also result in losing all of you. Like, just overall, Ursa was full health, he got living armor on him.
Felt like a damned if you do, damned if you don't moment.
Yeah, exactly. I think they're just not really making the correct moves right now. Weaver could be bottom there to the Ursa.
7E, static linked. They've used the Stampede. They're trying to get September out.
Phoenix no dive. He has a combo on Tiny. But they're not even checking the pit. Wait, what? He didn't go in?
He didn't go up by shots on Venom's and Braid and Sunray to try and keep the Legion alive, but the intel stroke bait is the damage there. Sunray is doing so much. Plasma Field, there's the duel! After all is said and done, he gets a duel victory. I'm gonna slow Son Goku and another ult from Evo.
No Stampede either.
And he just used it to get September out of static link. That's gonna soak up some damage here and throw right back on him. So all of a sudden, Razor's hitting for, you know, an extra 61. Not the biggest number, but more than enough to get the kill on the Centaur.
They're just gonna completely
Radiant
play here.
scanning.
JT with it. Oh, they're diving Shaman as well.
September.
There's no way out for him. Oh, actually,
Can they
they all
corral
went the wrong way.
Can they corral him for 10 seconds and get the duel off?
Radiant's
7,
middle tower
6,
is under attack.
5, 4.
Nature's Grasp was slow.
3,
Do they do this under the tower? And that is such a risk.
What's happening?
What are you doing?
Dire's
What is
top
happening
tower
to this
is
game?
They
under
want
attack.
still. He's
I think they want to get out, to be honest.
oh, JT. Did you play it, though? No.
Dire
He
are
played them.
scanning.
And Trina's like, I don't need to TP, I just walk through
Dire's
here.
top tower is under attack.
If that had resulted in JT dying,
Alright. I really don't know what it was. Just get the tower, guys. Both teams are playing a
Radiant's
very
bottom tower
aggressive
is under
Dota.
attack.
Let's just call it that way.
So that's when me at a pub, I'm just taking the one like, guys, just take the tower.
Stop diving, man.
Why are you behind this tier 2?
But usually the entire team would be dead.
Invisibility.
Yeah.
A massive stack here that Razor and Phoenix are farming. Is it a 5 stack?
Yeah, 5. Hard to count when you got the whole skeleton because that came out.
That's not our strongest suit.
Not only that, Avalanche toss on the fly. That's a dead Ursa.
Carbon footprint.
Some help from IDC as well in September.
I'm very interested by Fly's decision to still stay bottom. You kind of just want to get the top tower, and there, it's much safer for you.
Radiant's bottom
So many
tower
options
is
considering
under
Rangers
attack.
in the jungle at the moment. You have
Radiant
lanes
structures
to go
are
to and just get
fortified.
farmed, right?
Yeah, and he's getting punished for his... Hey. Wanna call that? JT
Dire's structures
jungling
are
as well.
fortified.
I kind of wanted to ramp up the pressure a bit. Now, Ursa
Radiant's
being
bottom
middle.
tower is under attack.
Into the bottle.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
It's a good support.
You know what I would be expecting. Are they going to roll a bit? You thinking about it?
Dire's courier has been
Yeah.
killed.
Only have one overpower though. Not the fastest roll.
Yeah.
Dire's middle
Slowly.
tower is under attack.
A medallion here.
I think SAG even know. They don't act as
Do they have vision on it? No, they didn't see. This ward isn't known.
well, that's free Roche then.
Roshan has
I don't know if it's
fallen.
Roach, but it's certainly an early Roach.
Yeah. I mean the next Roche is gonna spawn at about 20 minutes. And it's gonna have a shot already. It's gonna be very impactful. Wouldn't mind it on the Razor this game also. Pretty good against all these targeted spells.
It's really interesting. Just because obviously that second Roche
Nice.
TP out. That second Roche gives the shard, so when you're picking Ursa, you're obviously thinking, like, hey, Ursa how early can I do Roche's Ursa to get that shard as early as possible?
Yep.
Because the shard on these heroes, I would be surprised if they gave it a 5-5. I think it's really a good shard with the Empower.
Dire's top tower
Yeah,
has
the
fallen.
Enrage, the Earth Shock, sorry.
You almost on the tiny.
But then you've got the shard possibility for the Legion too. And an early Legion shard.
I mean, he could probably buy it at the time second Roche spawns. And he can give it to someone who wants it more than him.
I guess the question is who's the less wanting to spend gold.
Yeah. Which I think is probably Fly. He's going for the diffuse build as well. And yeah, a pretty rough lane.
He's still second on the net worth.
I mean, Emo right now just
Dire's
got the game.
structures are fortified.
Especially with the Legion behind him. There's no way of knocking him down reliably. Centaur finally has a Blink Dagger. There's a play for that.
Dire's middle tower is
It's
under
not going to
attack.
be a surprise one since he's showing in the lane.
Go right after 18, they've got that.
JT up, position complete
Didn't have the damage. Finally, Son Goku gets that double edge to bring IDC in time as well as the first stop on 2. They lose Kaka over on 4, but the Soulbind comes in. It's going to be enough to really to go for this. As Wi-Fi jump to the fight. They get the kill in September on Goku. They look over now at IDC as well as XCJ, trying to see if they can get themselves a +1 in a 2-for-2.
It looked good until once again they dive too
Dire's
far.
middle tower is
Three
under
and turns it
attack.
around with massive overgrowth.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Yeah, it's gonna be okay. Fly definitely back in this game. He now has diffuser picked up. And just overall, I've seen this a lot where lesser teams, even though the score might not look so bad, they just get out-farmed on the map. They're less efficient, the TP rotations aren't as good. Exactly.
We see a lot of these. It's obviously not mutually exclusive to the teams that are at the bottom, but you'll see teams that are struggling to rotate 4 heroes. Like they bring 4 heroes to kill and maybe a 5.
Well, don't know if they're forced to, or more like pretty desperate to do it.
Yeah.
And that of course results in you not using the map efficiently at all, right?
You brought 4 kill.
Exactly.
The cores on the side of the other team are farming the rest of the map. So you're so desperate to get these kills to try and bring yourself back, and it doesn't even end up, it's counterintuitive to get the kill, it feels like. Battlefield. Is in the air, 70 in trouble, and it is very low. Surviving for now, Stroke of Fate, Emo, now hexed up, save 70. Behind in September.
He just walked uphill. He did not expect it at all.
Firefly was going to be there.
Yeah, big bear there. And a little hanky fight up there. Nobody takes any damage.
Dagger finished for Legion.
Yep, now finally gave the tool. Initiation. All still in the nation's deck.
Okay, he still is going for. Or at least he has a cute.
Who?
Sungu, the overwhelming blink.
Oh yeah. First item.
I don't know if I hate that.
I think
I can see its perks. Silence onto this Ursa. Now they've got the Hex. Try to go to the low ground. He doesn't quite get there. Blink. Stop double edge coming through on Ollie. The kill on the Hex. He chase. Firefly not dead yet. And finally they'll take out his Aegis, but you're going to lose your Centaur. So Goku's gone. 2 heroes dead. All you get out of this is the Aegis. Plasma Field sucks up September.
Radiant's
got the Hex.
bottom
He's stuck in the
tower is under
Serpent
attack.
Lords. Emo not really taking much damage. I don't
Dyer's top
Serpent
tower
Lords hitting
is
him
under
to
attack.
start. I think they got super hit. And comes out. They get a bounty, bottle that up for Emo. That's a lot of right there, so you can dig up a bounty and fill the bottle.
Oh, no real response from SAG at all. They went on an Ursa all in pretty much with their Aegis. Didn't time the Roshan because it was very close to expiring. So you wait like 10 seconds or so. Might get a fight where the Aegis is expired. But you can see IG is, even in their shaky self and their not 100% self, still some classes above SAG of course.
I'm trying to figure out the math on that.
What do you
Because
do, my
Dice
friend?
are scanning.
obviously Centaur has such a massive strength.
Uh-huh.
And if he goes to this early overwhelming blink,
Yeah.
it's 50% movement speed. It's the 50 attack speed over seconds, and then the damage is equal to 200 plus 100% of your strength. So it's an expensive item, 6,800 gold. You're wanting blink in the first place, so I guess theoretically, or well, not theoretically.
Radiant's top
you could
tower
call,
is under attack.
Well, really overwhelming blink is only
4K.
4K is 4K is what you're getting from the overwhelming blink this early on. That damage, the attack speed slow, the movement speed slow, justify it.
I mean, Lotus Up was just so good this game, so I can't really see justification of going overwhelming before that.
Right.
Simply because of the overgrowth you can dispel, the fire spirits, the
Radiant's
fuse blades, you
middle
can
tower
reflect
is
the
under
link.
attack.
There's so many things
Sort of prize is
you need it
this?
for that. I would be fine with Lotus Orb into Overwhelming Blink, maybe first item. Maybe can work. I've seen that on a Tiny before. Looked pretty bad.
Yeah, the Centaur is just so much, not so much better, but the damage,
It's not that high, Like,
it's not.
from a strength, you get like 160 10 bursts again running in. And
And while Emo moving at 10, and the silver line on it too, going up in the air, trying to survive Supernova down, and they need to run, but Sungu's been slowed up. Also end up, they got a couple shots in this egg, but not enough shots, so Kaka, he'll be reborn. 270, he'll die to the plasma field of Emo, and he's now got a double kill.
he kind of just gave up. He didn't run anymore.
CJ. Whip. King.
Whoa, I'm playing Fly here. Fly is mad now. You're next time I see you.
That's a TI player, right?
Here it is.
He's checking out these guys on IG.
He's going for Satanic on Ursa straight away. Why? Can't really dispel anything. I think I would much rather see St. Joshua, to be honest, to mitigate stunts a little bit. But I mean, at this point they're so far ahead and they have so much tankability that it probably will still end up being a good purchase. Give the damage and of course a life leech. But then, not a big fan. I think St. Joshua would have been in a closer game probably the right choice.
Roche up in 25 seconds. Many blinks, but still get hit with the plasma field. Statically toss on the JT was still looking for that duel. He's only got 10 dual damage.
Yep. It's actually such a lucky toss. He wanted to toss the Razor away from him.
Yeah, and
JT's like,
Legion.
Damn it. Well, something really good. Every time we see Razor, here it's just popping off. Most notably in XM's hands as well.
Yeah, he had that really good game with it.
Yeah, I feel like in general, a lot of Razors are owning.
Wing duel, that comes from XC. Shit. Really well hit by that ink swell though. Get the kill on the emo. It's a 7-try spree going to IDC. 5-5 being controlled. They've got the Supernova deck, the Circle Ward there. The Hex is out on Fly. They're chasing him back, but the Avalanche on Sunray is going to be enough. He's got the Satanic as well. And now try to turn this. Overgrowth only on to September, so they'll take out September. Work over at Sun Goku. Try to save his Shadow Shot. Not a lot of help. He'll end up getting. Here's got on the side of SAG. Icarus dive over. Spirit Vest on 7E. JT gets the kill there. And only IDC survives.
Dire's middle tower is
as
under attack.
We've seen many times in the past, he DPC, trying to go back in 1v4. And that's something. God. Bad move. Motion is up. 3-1. Shot attack as well. Who's gonna go to? Probably Ursa, maybe LC. Probably LC actually, he's not purchasing anything. See the team fight here again.
Radiant's middle tower
Actually,
is
Razor
under
gets blown
attack.
up, which I'm very surprised by. I didn't think they had that much damage. Picked up the Titanic coming in handy straight away. We'll be putting it momentarily here.
Yeah, he kills him right here.
Yep.
Forces him to time lapse too.
It's just too much farm right now on the IG side. Like, they can't really ask for much the fight beginning. Killing the Razor first like that is...
70 in trouble, bull-whipped, fly, he'll be tossed back. By the way, the Legion didn't end up taking the shard.
Yep.
Dire's top tower is under
Honestly,
attack.
either or. Hammer of the Ursa, I think, was the right move.
Yeah, I mean, Ursa right now is a bit rich. And his shot isn't nearly as good as the Legion's score.
No, Legion's, you know, offers you a lot of supporting.
I mean, that's S tier right there.
Yeah. Or maybe Ursa's A
Dire's
tier
top
because it's
tower
just for him.
is under attack.
Yep. And casual Satanic pop. Why not? 20%
Radiant's
cooldown.
bottom tower is under attack.
I wonder what they're gonna do next. 15 seconds cooldown.
Dire's top tower is falling.
Gem picked up here for Ollie.
Where did this fuck come from? 25% lifesteal goes to 200%. Just like that.
I don't know.
Dire's middle tower
know
is
who
under
thought of that.
attack.
I do a lot of thinking about Dota. You know,
Radiant's
bad.
bottom tower is under attack.
And all the fuse
Radiant
of blade.
structures are falling.
Using the situation.
Dire's
Using
middle
their
tower
mana.
is under attack.
What else? What else?
Dire's
The
structures are
thought section.
fortified. Radiant's
put
bottom tower is under attack.
Hey,
Dire's middle
Dave,
tower
what?
is under attack.
I asked it before, but why did an ocean heart drink healing water?
Dire's
See,
middle tower
that
has
one
fallen.
is a little bit weird. Ocean Heart just gives you the power of regenerative properties.
Radiant's bottom tower
water, so it's
is
the
under
Ocean
attack.
Heart that activates the water
Dire's
around
middle
you.
tower is under attack.
Okay,
Radiant's
fair enough.
bottom tower has fallen.
Fly just on
Radiant's
high
top
ground
tower
with the rest of
is
his
under
team.
attack.
Sages to work with. Sunray Hex. Stay alive for the press of the attack. They've got the soul damage. And they've got the Supernova. They're forced to run. And then it'll pop onto 3 of these heroes. They've got the duel to 70. They'll get that for the September. Even with the double kill, they do finally take the Aegis.
There's still cheese and Razor as well.
Dire's middle
Serpent
tower is
Ward's
under
committed.
attack.
2 heroes dead. No buyback from this tiny. A bit more gold here for Fly. He takes out those Serpent Wards.
Yep, Serpent Ward is now destroyed. And IPC. He's actually dealing a lot of damage. He's really farmed on the Weaver and pretty high level as well. Actually, highest level in the game, I think, on the Weaver. Yeah, 18.
Centaur is going for blows before that overwhelmed blink.
Yeah, very happy with that.
He just wants Fabric. Cute.
To bait people like you.
No. To make it, you know, feel like home.
Fair enough. Good toss back, but again, they were so far behind they don't damage. They don't have the tools to kill them. The Supernova we spoke about, he just flies in the middle of all 5 heroes, activates it. He's like, Shaman.
Yeah, Shaman triumphs. Okay, toss back. And they won't get the dual victory. They won't get the kill. They'll take out Kafka, so the Phoenix is dead. Those have buybacks on. He'll fall 2 heroes dead on the side of SAG. One away from IDC. JT looking fine, but he doesn't really have any lockdown for him anyway.
Tiny going top. I think I read the movement here on Fly. Yeah, this Tiny should be toast.
Looking with the diffusal, right clicks through. Ollie coming in, they've got the toss, but he gets rooted. Yeah, thanks to that shot.
I like that a bit. You just split from the tree, root them. The opposite talent. Should not be able to kill. Yeah, but as I'm saying, he's running out of Sakushi. There's a lot of damage coming in.
Yeah, he's soaking up a lot, and now he's got 174 to work with.
Invisibility.
He got a total of 25 damage on Weaver. That's pretty impressive. Oh. Shoot that Gemini.
50.
Gold and sweet.
Well, Gemini also gives you the bonus damage, of course, but only a Weaver player would know that. He's gonna. Ooh.
So it'd be 155. But you know,
Impressive.
before Gemini.
It's impressive. Not down, talk my boy Weaver.
Yep.
Boy Weaver is about to drop the next mixtape, bro.
There was a little while where that Weaver wasn't exactly hard carry material at times.
Yeah. I mean, his new talents is super good, especially his +1 Gemini attack.
My problem is that
yeah, it's definitely not the hardest carry.
although I also like the Shikuchi charge.
No.
I do, but I don't carry.
So you don't. He doable? Maybe soon.
And silence.
And
Inkswell. Don't tell me he gets out of it. They've got to use it. There's no way.
before. 4 plus 5. Very worth it. Thank you for displaying that.
Yeah, I mean, they come over, they just time. So a little bit more worth it when you have that scanning. Although, 20 extra damage.
Isn't it double damage rule to Razor instead of Ursa? Why? Ursa has 2 more base damage than him. It's a total of 4 damage that you're missing.
Yeah, but you also are surviving, or longer. I think Emo's been playing a lot better. Oh, not a lot better, but we've been playing.
I'm playing better, bro. Give me
exactly.
Dire's middle tower is
4
under
damage, or I'm playing.
Dire's structures are
He
fortified.
has the axe up now as well, so it affects buildings 2 even. Up back.
Comes back, and that was real nice there from Ollie. So some after this victory, they take a JT as well as Ollie. They end up losing 3 heroes. Buyback from both Stephanie as well as MCJ. Avalanche off. Wi-Fi in trouble. Now he's looking to turn this around. He's got the Satanic Sunray on top. It's keeping him alive, but the silence is there. The right goes in on the Emo. The toss again, and Wi-Fi's dead. IG can't entirely break that high ground. The buybacks were available for SAG.
This Weaver is actually dealing too much damage now. Like,
He hurts.
He did lose the duel, right? Against the Centaur?
Yeah. Centaur all of a sudden, he's got
40
damage.
Yeah.
So,
With a double duel.
yeah, because they'll get right?
Yeah. The low sub duel.
Oh, and
Radiant's
there
middle tower
is
is
duel
under
comes
attack.
out, so it's technically a double duel.
That's in tier 4 towers also.
Radiant's middle
Interesting.
tower has fallen.
Yeah, like the team fight goes very wrong, but they overcommit. Like, there's no need to go this deep on ID.
Although SAG, they're coming in pretty deep. They get the kill on Colin. Then they lose on Goku.
We just did so much damage.
Yeah,
actually.
they need control for IDC, and they just don't have it at the moment. They lack a lot of control, especially when they don't have dual soul line. Ally tossed again, and now we're gonna get the kill. They got the shackle, the fake out. I'm gonna go with it right now. Net worth number doesn't matter, and SAG in this game. They take next Roche. 42 seconds? Yeah.
In response to 40 seconds, it's the third Roche with
Yeah.
Radiant's top
HG,
tower
maybe
is
Agnes.
under attack.
And he's so close on Daedalus against it. Like, they have no answer to this Weaver.
They don't have the control.
Radiant's middle
Where are you
tower
getting
is
your
under
control?
attack.
Only the duel.
Duel.
It's the only thing.
Radiant structures are
The game go
fortified.
on, maybe too long.
And maybe a couple of too many questionable dives on IG. So many uncharacteristic mistakes. Like, we just want some clean IG Dota.
What we were seeing in
Radiant's
season 1.
top tower
Yeah, like
is under
what
attack.
happened?
Radiant are scared.
Saving strats for Tia.
Radiant's
Big
top tower
non-dives
has
for
fallen.
TI.
Even though, yeah, the strats are exactly what they picked before.
I'm pretty sure they're 100% based on who's qualifying now and who can get points, but I don't think it's like secure.
It's
Yeah.
pretty secure. Like 99.99999.
Red balloons.
9999%. Okay, even now finished up his axe. They're just giving Roshan to IG. No.
You can't, yeah, this is not what you should be doing. Well, I don't know why they're not postured at the pit.
This is a refresh orb. Shard. Oh no, you had the game in your hands again.
You
No, they were not ready. They didn't like write on the timer. They're not even ready at all. Nobody was on the pit. No wards.
That's why you need a coach. You got to write it down.
No nothing.
Yeah. I mean, the experience is even going onto the high ground. They've done it what every time IG touched high ground, toss somebody in between the tier 4s.
Yeah, but I'm sure IG, after the second time you get burnt, you surely learn.
Wow. I don't know. We've seen teams just throw their heads into the wall a couple times.
Now they smoke up. Yeah, I just don't understand why they would give that for free. That's a refresher shot on Razor. Just double axe ult. It hurts a lot.
Yeah, I talked about that. Out double ult. You used to see it and just pop, and it really and the axe builds.
And now they're smoking towards Rose. It's a little late, SAG. If you didn't get it's dead.
Where did this go?
Wait, what? I thought it just respawned.
Phoenix has X, by the way, so I'm expecting to see Kaka making moves with an Apex.
Still just so.
Again, you have to Eye the Storm. Great.
So
Do you even have the control to catch this week?
If Duel is dead, and the thing is, they won't get a good fight like that.
Weaver's never going to be sitting if you duel him. I would say he shouldn't start the
Duels.
first dive. Duels on the sun.
No fun from him.
And should get double duel damage. Now it's 110 because he gets another 30.
He got 60.
So we get yeah, another 30 on top of 30.
A golden thread.
All extra stats resistance there for 70.
This Weaver needs. I don't like this Lincoln, the Skadi. I think Satanic would be much better. If you ever get duel, you need to be able to life leech through that duel. And the Skadi is not gonna help you a lot against them or with that. Right now, it kind of feels like DC versus the world, though, which is an issue.
I don't know. IPC against the world. You got to give a little to 7. He's blinking and tossing them under the
I'm just talking
boards.
purely about damage.
True.
Like, if they control this Weaver, it's like 70% of the damage is gone.
I can blink soon. They get by a little bit. One. I have the
Dire's
storm.
structures are fortified.
Send us back up in 5.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
Weather outside. As we take a look, the weather report over the mid-center racks, it's stormy.
They have a wall to this tiny.
Damage! The duel is there! IBC's been fought! That was exactly what they needed, and there's popped up September, Emo going in.
Dire's middle barracks are under
Double
attack.
storm, and he's going through, killing off September. Doesn't have buyback, they'll corral them into the base. They do have buyback on the Weaver, so you still need to be careful. I don't think SAG about getting too active, but they're going to try and fight.
Dire's top
They're running all
tower
out.
is under attack.
IGD is finally getting serious about this game.
Yeah, they're recognizing that. Jono, get in on that! Blink, silence, he's got an Aegis to work with, but haven't you seen immediately Sun Goku? Alright, we'll just keep playing pumpkin blink as well, right on top of Fly.
He's too scared on the Weaver now suddenly. That one death really made him fear everything.
Yeah.
They had no spells ready whatsoever, and he's like, I can't go in because I can't hit anyone.
So here's the thing. Boost is 25.
Well,
Gets that Gemini tackle you talk about.
Hell yeah.
Like that.
This will do nicely.
You
That's it.
No, he's going to be hitting harder. You don't have the double eye of the storm anymore. If you fight during the Aegis, that's going to be your best opportunity. But I think without that, like, they can't miss you. Like, you didn't finish the game with that refresher. You didn't finish the game right now with that Aegis. So I think as he gets 5, he's now putting a lot more down. That might be in trouble.
If you can get
Silence, tackle, press the
Dire's
attack,
top
make some
tower
magic
is
appear.
under attack.
I'm just so worried. Like, SAG had this super good pass, but giving away the Roshan already.
That was
brutal.
bad. Overwhelming flank.
Dire's
There's
top
Aegis to work
tower
with
The
on
is
that.
attack.
fallen.
He's not scared when he's got press the attack
Radiant
ready to go.
structures are fortified.
And I think that might be like not duels, so you press the attack.
Aegis ran out now. But the problem is that the Radiant lineup scaled so much better. You know, you brought the gold potential down to 6k from like 15, but just the Roche control was so important, and it could have lost the game. Now, as I said, I'm going to get
Is a great conductor.
one opportunity.
One chance,
all-
one opportunity.
All you get sometimes.
Now they're eating mom's spaghetti.
Spaghetti.
I'm on the floor already.
Man, like, what do you do now? Like, you
Dire's
just make a
turret
base
has
until they
been
come again or
killed.
what? It's not really
Dire's
a
bottom
recipe for
tower
success.
is under attack.
And they're like, yeah, we know. So walking out again. They're about to tree in again. What is the problem? All the lanes are pushing, and it's like the most obvious smoke of 2021.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
If I get hour.
Yep. And JT with the second BKB queued up. Hell yeah. I've seen that.
Currently his BKB stands at 8.
And the new one would as well.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Repurchasing
attack.
does not be said anymore. It used to. You would have like 3 or 4 BKBs.
Well, wasn't it you could the BKB that if you bought the recipe back a long time ago, or was that drums?
This drum. It still is drums
Dire's
actually.
bottom tower has fallen.
I still remember Dota 1 when you could buy Aegis and you just couldn't drop them from the slots.
Could you imagine how that would
Radiant's
change a
top
game if they
tower
brought
is
that
under
back?
attack.
Buying Aegis,
That would be pretty insane, yeah.
high ground hold, you just buy an Aegis.
On Storm was... And then upon...
Right? And so they got the load. They got that immunity. He picked up the 70. He might even just die. He doesn't have buyback. Destroyed all the goals he needed because he bought the eagle.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Go for the bottom set of racks, though. Glyph.
No power.
Dire's bottom
Armor,
barracks are under
bonus
attack.
armor of 8.
Dire's bottom
Hit that
tower
level 20.
has bottom
Overwhelming
barracks.
Glyph. They've got the Serpent Warriors down. The attacks on a fly.
There was an instant time lapse.
doesn't have the Aegis to work with. You can feel the damage from IDC, but the question is, can he commit and get these kills? It's very difficult, especially you're watching as GT. His game plan's kind of a little bit differently as these sieges has progressed. You know, originally he was jumping in duel. Now he's sitting back and he's just giving him magic unity with the press the attack.
Yeah, because we got other ways of locking down the Weaver now. So he's not the guy that needs to jump in.
Yeah.
Take the safety things much more seriously.
Up again, press the attack. They're not going to get anything done, I think, with JT still being alive. And unfortunately, he's so far back. Sleep comes up in September. It's got a loaded sword. He'll get the eggs on him. Oh, but now the axe bounce back with the loaded sword. Back on September. They'll look to get the set racks up towards top.
Dire's top barracks has fallen.
They will get both.
Don't scare.
Overwhelming blink. Supernova down. Lotus Orb reflecting back that hex again. They got Nature's Grace out. So down September. He popped back to 5. And now with the Stampede, always getting blown. The catch from DC. This link has been popping. Needs to be a little bit more careful as they're walking through top. They do have buyback available on this Treant, but you can see IG very meticulous about how to want to take this, and they don't want to overcommit. They don't want to get caught on an LPD.
Dire's middle tower is under
24k
attack.
gold ahead of this point. We'll see if they want to try to squeeze it and print it over.
SMH not quick enough with the fingers on that one.
Yeah. Fortunate.
Inkswell, Son Goku, there's the link as well as the hook stop. They've been able to press the attack once again. We go after 7E. He'll go up into the air. But I don't think that's going to matter. 7E, that Stormcraft, is not going to be your saving grace on this one.
Or is it?
But Spirit Vessel, down, he gets low. He survives with 50 health. It's a back and just hit blank with the hook stomp once again. But every time you go and make JT's just there, ready to go, ready to throw the siege. Second, he's got a lot of mana to work with.
Infinite versus of the attack. What's the cooldown? 11 seconds?
It's really not much.
Once it's level 25, that's gonna be a real party. Bring out the horn. Rotan is up. IG is like, alright, it's up away, ADC, Charm, and Axe. Who gets the axe? I would give it to Arissa.
So let's seal. Now you're at this point where the Max Blessing, Refresher Shard.
I mean,
Immortality!
SAG
was just.
they have no one to blame but themselves. Like, they were not around Roshan at all. No wards, no knowledge about Roshan at all. They're just not gave it up for free after crushing a fight. There's so many times where they actually make the game quite competitive, but in the late game portion, they just crumble, tumble.
See, just again, with Refresher Shard.
Yep.
Just such a rage. BKBs to go after Son Goku. They've got the Serpent Wards. Okay, that's down, but is it doing enough to damage? On the 3. Can they get the kill here on the beating? She can break it 5 seconds. She does have 5 back. Goku's got the static thing, but now right next to Eva. The damage from IDC enough to take out the agent. They've got the hex, but that's going to reflect back onto September once again. He's going to right now Son Goku, but he's being cut off from the rest of his team. September shackles, but now they've got the tool. The agent is trying to keep him alive, and he's got that BKB pop by JT. They've got the damage to get the kill to September. They'll take him out for 65 seconds for that buyback. IDC throwing the Superman out there. E-Blade now hacked once again from Kaka. Supernova goes down, and they need to run into the base. Meanwhile, on the film, it's exposed. Supernova goes down, and that goes off. Got Long in some trouble. Toss him in the air once again. So by now, it was a great hit. On the other side, so much damage. But there's the attack. Look at that. So Goku will buy back. But still, there's nobody attacking it just yet. Stroke Fate Blade puts up coming through once again. Tossed up in the air, and he's still alive. The arrange is keeping him healthy. It's keeping him alive. He's knocked down by the big man. And they will get the kill before GG as they run down SAG. And IG will take it. That's a lot of GG's. But again, very convincing. SAG at the game. Well, they brought it back, and
and then they didn't, simply because they didn't control the Roche pit.
No, that one mistake was so crucial.
Yeah, I mean, IG, they were not supposed to be in a position. Like, they made so many high.
Dire's
have
top tower
Tango
is under
roll.
attack.
Disarm coming in, just using these ghosts, but at the
They
next
did nothing again.
that's nothing.
It did 200 damage, which 2-3 and that must just heal up.
And now he'll move bottom.
Not enough time on exorcism left to really cause me damage though.
Dire's top tower
And you
has
lose
fallen.
your top tier 1, so that makes
Radiant
you playing
bottom
harder. You've already
is under
moved
attack.
IDC to jungle, so tier 1 bot is not inconsequential, but it's not changing versus game, whereas, you know, Fly was farming the lane, now he's in the jungle.
They smoke into the pit, 3 minutes 10.
Yeah,
Radiant's
this is
bottom
really
tower
early, and
is
you
under
just TP
attack.
JT bot.
Radiant
Exorcism.
structures are
Ollie's got a
fortified.
TP, so does Kaka, but
They don't know.
I don't think they're aware of this. They had the ward outside, expecting something like this. They see that carrier through the... I don't think so. It's already too late. They shot themselves. We talked about the last game when Blockfly did this. This now sets up an early shard,
Dire's middle tower
which I
is
think
under
this
attack.
game is definitely going on the air, so should have that Legion
Radiant's bottom
take advantage of the
tower
guard.
has
It's even earlier than last game.
Yeah.
Line a little bit of trouble here.
Turns back around, Urspot comes in. I'm not sure if he needed to do that or if he would have survived regardless.
Probably would have died even if Scaraf manages to dodge that one. Still no Haunt. He has health for like a good 4 minutes at this point.
He's got the
really
blade now coming out, but so maybe now he's gone because he's a lot more.
potentially.
Go.
The thing is, Scaraf is food for him. Every time he's on top of Scaraf, he should just die very easily.
On a Kaka, Skyrath.
Dire's middle
that
tower
one.
is under attack.
Never gets the kill on a Kaka.
So there was a Spectre. There's a
Pops the
blade man.
blade now, and
Deathstrike is doing a little bit of work, but not enough.
he's got Stampede. There could have been a problem there for Fly, but he wasn't careful. Oh, the blink! I didn't realize how early Son Goku had that blink.
Yeah, he's massive.
Top of network by 700.
I just want to spoke about the Centaur Spectre lane is really Centaur favorite.
You're not doing much of this Spectre in terms of like haunting, and because you'll see like early haunts get those quick kills, migrate to the bottom lane if the fight happens there with the haunt, switch lanes with that.
I mean, you really want to get involved. That's where your comeback goal usually comes from.
Do you think maybe they're just trying to wait out the Aegis at this point?
I don't know. I felt that they could have done a lot of moves already. Now they're smoking up. Emo, I think they got online as well.
So that's an opportunity for them, and they're actually heading towards top 10%. They move off of this.
Centaur can die too here.
Smoke broken.
Oh my god, they saw them right away.
As well as the toss, they'll use the finger down the hard comes down, and because of shot come through into Al, but the sweep of the ancient seal silence him up. Mystic Flare was down, fly behind now. The exorcism, they'll get on top of the Skyrath being to silence comes out of 18 to get that kill. IDC, SAG hit by the the tree, they got the exorcism comes in, but now the Earth's alone, and he'll get the Earth shot as they finish off Kaka, but now he'll lose that first life. Surround got the avalanche as well as the toss with the control, but IDC that rage and they'll give up on that second life chance.
Yeah. Fight was pretty good. I think it was a 3-for-1 and that 8 as well. This is just a team fight prowess with this lineup here. Now, just go back to fight. Where the back up, exorcism is back. But they finally used the ult. What we want.
The kid in the first one really,
He got 3 assists out.
yeah, for the moment.
He made total 200 gold at 5. Not super worth it for him, but very worth it for the team.
Without him, they're not getting this.
Exactly.
So that gives them an opportunity. Back into the game, you see this overgrowth, you see get the kill by IDC, survives a little bit longer thanks to the living armor, of course. Ooh. Fly. Getting some damage. And they have Stampede in a couple seconds.
I'm surprised at the lack of ancient stacks from IG because you can easily farm them as a Spectre with Blade Mail. He hasn't in the jungle at all yet, this Blade Mail, which was designed for basically.
We're in the creeps in lane. Ward down here for Dire.
Oh, they saw that.
Was that just on the edge? Ollie pinged it, so I assume
They saw that.
you saw them grouping. You can just assume that they're We're in Ollie. They'll break the smoke, they blink forward.
Dire's
Got the
middle
Mystic
tower
Flare with a
is under
stun, he's
attack.
dead. He just tanked that gank. I don't know if he necessarily needed to, but I think it's better than
Dire's
nothing.
structure
I don't think he wanted to
is
die. Like, he just wanted it, wanted to run away.
Yeah.
But caught off in time.
They just have such good gap close with the blink.
Radiant are scanning.
Switches them up in 15,
Dire's
don't get to the
middle tower
BKB
is
on
under
JP's
attack.
picked up the steals. He's up a Kobo.
Mid tower is gone though.
Now the jungle really
Radiant's
opens up,
top
which makes
tower
things a
is
little bit
under
more
attack.
difficult for Spectre to
Dire's
farm.
middle tower
Bottom
has fallen.
in terms of the cores on the side of the Dire. And you can see Dentar, Son Goku, he's having a much better game.
Wait. Fly out of position here.
In trouble.
Radiant's
Shot, they've got
top tower
Ancient
is under
Steel,
attack.
and Blade Mail pops. He doesn't have Haunt or anything to get out of this one. Swashbuckle kill for 7E that takes out this Spectre.
And that's what I'm saying.
Radiant's middle tower
very,
is under attack.
like, I don't even know what I call it, offensive position for a long time. Now he finally gets this point. He shouldn't even be there. Like, this is not your place map to farm.
Huh? Starting to become
What have we
an
here?
SAG believer for this game.
Yeah, it is
Gold
really
and
good. You
sweet.
can't lead this point.
Next Roche, pre 20 minutes. Get yourself a shard, get yourself another Aegis to make about how they approach this would be a big kill for them. To the top of the net worth. Oh, Mystic Flare with the Ancient Seal. That was also with that Veil almost getting the kill on Akaka.
But it's a 5-front rotation to kill a centaur.
Not using this just to take objectives.
Yeah.
They've used it to fight twice, but that fight near the Roche pit, that was a good one. This one here, again, it doesn't get you anything. One kill not entirely worth it. It's a good kill to get the guy at the top of the board, but degree, you want the objectives more, right?
Yeah, it wasn't really a 5-man rotation to inspect, but you didn't have any farming at least.
Dead.
Hey, Spectre, can you come? I'm dead.
Dead.
Yeah. Finally, he found some foot ancient camp. I'm delighted to see.
He's got the Yacha.
It's really so late. Like, usually you see Spectres at this point be level 14 or closer to 15 because they found the jungle very efficiently. I don't know what Fly was opting to do this game. Like, you build Blade Mail, found
And he's
jungle.
TPing back top.
This is a good P because he wants to push the lane as well as pushing in.
Yeah.
Dire's
A lot
top
of-
tower is under attack.
A lot of farm, decent amount of farm.
Yeah, that's what I thought about as well. Didn't want to say it. What are you here for? I knew you would.
XCJ.
They could put 10 to kill a Spectre here. If Ursa rotate in, get the double overpower with Diffusal.
This he's got Haunt to maybe jump out, but everybody's coming top. 5-man rotation. And Spectre is out, but they have this deep observer ward that was placed there by XCJ. You know exactly where Fly dipped back out to, and they just take over the jungle.
Right. See, this is the problem with TP top
Dire's
ever as a
top
carry.
tower is under attack.
Now you wait for like 30 seconds not doing anything. Could put anybody on top. It doesn't have to be you.
Are they gonna try and smoke on this?
I think it's going to top tower.
Yeah,
There's still a glue available. And it's a 4-man smoke, and of course they have
Spectre on. Taking
Dire's
solo
top
ancient
tower
camps,
is
and
under
I'm
attack.
just wondering if maybe
Radiant
Volley
are
had been
scanning.
stacking that, they would have been a little bit better off. Roche back up in 26 seconds, so this fight, if it goes well for SAG, it'll lead
Radiant's
into
middle
a
tower
second
is under
Roche
attack.
already at this point in the game.
That's in the front though. It's not something they want to initiate on.
No, and
Dire's top tower is
Easy
under
tiny.
attack.
There's a bottle up.
silent down Avalanche followed up there. Stampede that's going to allow the side of SAG to come back into the spot. They'll use the act from JT. Emo over the side comes out from Fly, but he's smoked by the Angels. Grab not fouled at all. Slash missed fire coming down, mitigating the damage here before it comes through. They're going to kill the 7E. They're going to look for the rest. Or Shock trying to get away. SAG over to the side. They'll focus their attention onto the chain. They've got this damage coming out. Finger to pop him down. GT now unstoppable. And they know what's up.
Can't do it though.
Exorcism just have enough time on it it is about to run out.
This might now give a legit opportunity to get
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And they just don't have the lockdown. They'll go for the tier 1 mid. I think that's a decent consolation prize. I guess the
Radiant's middle
question
tower is under attack.
do they have any way of taking this push? They know it's up.
That's G taking it.
Radiant's
In
middle
an
tower
odd
has
spot.
fallen.
So, Goku's so tanky.
He's stealing more and he's losing health.
They've got the vision. They do spot that XCJ's coming over. Oh, with an extra 120 damage. He can take it.
I think they should put trigger right at Roche. Right? They have no ults on the timer. This is the perfect opportunity to force it.
Go. That's exactly what they want to do, and this is going to be hard
need it.
potential. AC comes over. I'm aware of this.
I don't.
Yeah.
They want to delay for sure.
Exorcism in 50 on 60, finger in 85.
Radiant's
for Earth
middle
Splitter.
tower
It
is
just
under
does not
attack.
feel like you've got the timings working out really fine, so that'll do it for a second. Enough. Earth Spike now coming through. Earth trying to delay as well. It's getting dashed. It's a little bit shorter. But the post out again. This is the Aegis now. IDC. He's got the shard in his backpack though. Go after Tiny. Roll around. And Pete comes up. I'm worried for IG because now Aegis shard JT. Oh boy. Just gets it. Can catch up.
There was an overgrowth there.
Dire's bottom tower
Again,
is under
IG
attack.
Missed opportunities.
And not missed opportunities, but like they think they can fight it. There's no way they really can.
But I know they think that, but do you think they're also think they have to?
I don't think they have to though. Like the mid lane game prowess is still there. That's the ult, so you can't fight. They're forced to fight on their terms. You lose a couple of heroes, and they still go free Roche.
Yeah.
Like you're just making things work. They didn't farm the map. You didn't split the map. You caused no damage.
So that she's on Centaur. He feels unkillable without that cheese. Anytime he's gonna get low, now he'll just be back ready. And I love this Ags pick here for Pangolier. He's also going shard, so shield
Dire's
crash.
bottom tower is under
Slash
attack.
bow could disarm both, you know, everybody.
It's not looking good for IG here at all. If they lose it next with the ult, the game's just over.
Yeah.
Dire's bottom tower
It's very
has
possible they
fallen.
can't. Because it has the pipe, has cheese, they have Aegis.
Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant structures are fortified.
First game win, right? If they win
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Their first game
against IG.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
just
I feel like we keep saying that IG of all teams, but
they've been consistently inconsistent.
Yeah.
Dire's bottom tower
Must
has
be one of the
fallen.
biggest transformations ever from major
Dire's
villain
bottom
to.
tower. Radiant's top tower
They wanted
has
to, you
fallen.
know,
I think that relegated is probably history.
yeah.
Reverse history.
SAG want to wait like 2.5 minutes before they start really in the
Radiant's
high
top
ground.
tower
That'd
is
be
under
great.
attack.
Not too long either.
Yeah, not long. They really need to take advantage of this time.
I fell for your prediction.
Oh yeah, but you know, I gotta.
You know, wow, that's out the window.
I mean, but seriously, I
Dire's
think their
bottom
timing
tower
they should.
is under attack.
Probably right now in Aegis.
Yeah.
Like this is a big timing for them. Another. Just like, they're gonna feel really good. They'll go after the power. Oh, Mystic wears down, and he's gonna get look over Kaka. The teammates are coming up to JP as well as Kaka. Susan gets the kill in September. They'll go for Son Goku, but you gotta remember he's very tanky. There's Spice lands and she's by quad. IDC comes in because they want out of the play with him. They get on XC. They don't take out Son Goku. 5-7, he's coming back. So outreach further, and that's a big issue. He's trying to looking to get to the high ground, messes it up. IDC dead again. That is where you miss your opportunity, and I think IB have just put themselves back in the game.
If not even ahead. This was the fight they needed to win on the Radiant side. Really got caught out. Centaur must be a little bit of trouble here. Gets used up.
If he's taking
Radiant's
enough,
middle tower is
silence,
under attack.
safe it. Looks like kill them. And then side will leave.
And they all get out.
Wow.
That's all they get out. But he's very fast. He should be fine as well.
Oh, he's so fast.
It was really unfortunate. The Pangolin should have died right away, but the Spectre haunted, so the toss actually was illusion. You can see it here again. Toss the illusion. That's where Pango lived. But without Pango, it really isn't excellent. Here's DPC, so he's gonna be fine.
Off 7, too far. Yeah, using too far. Missed formation. Thomas or he gets hold on top of him. Even will fall. And he's on EC. Into a big fight for SAG. The clean up to the Gears by Kaka. But he might be in a little bit of trouble.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah. Welcome to the space station.
Mid tier 2. See what happens. That's a big fight.
The fight
Dire's middle
was,
tower is under attack.
Whenever Separatists, basically half of the team fight dies as well.
Yeah.
So they have to be really careful here with the positioning of him. Maybe I wouldn't get a casual
Dire's
like
middle
poke or
tower
something like
has
that.
fallen.
Son Goku, he's just gonna be tanking over mid.
Earth to peek out, Earth to peek out. Can you hear me?
Houston, we have a problem. They're gonna go for this top area of the map and take the outpost. So yeah, they've got some control, but IG potentially gonna fight again as all their ults off cool down. Moves up into the air. They're going after Son Goku a lot. They really want to kill the center, and I think it's out of spite at this point because he's been that frontliner. He's been tanky. He's trained to roll fast. Attack on his ping comes in for 70. Start to roll open, roll up. Magic. Still trying to get out of this one.
She can disengage. Nice root.
And now jumping with that hawk, trying to find some kills.
Way.
He just used all their hawks for nothing.
They're still very fast. IDC is running. Running.
Run. Got the avalanche as well. The shots come over the engine. It was out onto this tiny. Sweet. XCJ, he ended up dead. Son Goku with beacon. JT. They've got the treads out onto Pango. Okay, sure, you know. The fight. The range is popped by IDC. They've got the dust, they'll use it. IDC getting him down here. He pops that blade man. And IDC pulls himself off.
I didn't expect that turn. It's no shows.
Again, double red from Ollie. Evo now. 17. Son Goku trying to stop him. The man. They're going to see, they look towards the rest. iFly still looking for more. Waiting on cooldown. Has
Radiant
focus on the wand. Focuses his attention on Skyrim Mage. He'll take out Son Goku's courier while they're chasing these heroes. They look over. Skyrim is he silenced up? Can they get the kill on the Skyrim? No, gets some of the high ground. Avalanche on Son Goku. Training is popping the now once again. September, you need to be careful. I don't want to do an IDC. Just did XCG. You already died in this fight once. Choose grass
top tower
once again.
is under
And
attack.
now IG, they back away. And they take the lead off of all that.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't lose a single hero. I killed, I think, 5, 4, something like that. And their cooldowns are over halfway off cooldown already.
That was a long fight. All the way from
It was a very
top.
long fight, yeah. And just the time is ready. You just see the Spectre is too strong. Ursa can't fight the Spectre anymore. Desolate damage is too much.
And then when he tries to, dies.
Yeah, the
Right into the blade now.
It's... Yeah, at this point, teams are pretty much impossible to win. And to Exorcism, and to Haunt, to Earth Splitter, it's just...
And Roche is up in 2 minutes. Third Roche at like 32 minutes.
Yeah. No, I can take it very comfortably too. To have this Manta on Spectre, which is a lot of damage. My Spectre is at 2.4k health, 2.6 with strength shots.
And now everything's off cooldown. They can fight again.
How do you kill her? Without dying. Of course. Possibly. So I think this third Roshan is probably going to be the game. Decide who wins that. Or rather, if SAG wins that, they have a chance of winning.
Yeah, I don't know if they necessarily win off that third Roche.
Yeah, but if IG gets it, then the game is... But the Spectre EP draft is just very late game.
Pretty nice. Snowball.
Yep. There's just too much passive damage coming out from the Exorcism as well as Spectre Haunt.
They're gonna smoke and they're gonna try and maybe Keek Roche go fight this, but smoke gets broken. Son Goku blink, pieces the most down, and now he's just caught up in position. That's gonna be caught up. They get thrown to September. They look over though, and Ego who gets you far. IDC kills him. It's gonna buy back right away. They want to go and win this. They'll pop the Manta on Fly, but he's getting killed. Wow. Fly by the damage. It's too much. He's gonna buy back. He's already used that outpost. It's not really possible for him to get back into the fight immediately unless he go over to the outpost. They look over IDC's trying to go in. They're trying to drain his mana. They got his outside of Sun Goku as well as IDC. They'll throw the finger. They've got the exorcism. They're trying to chase. They're awesome right on top of the Earth. And now Avalanche comes out. They've got the Earth. What the sweet Avalanche of Sun Goku. That might stop him from getting the combat here. They'll drain his mana again. They'll drain his life. They'll get the kill here. So down for 52 seconds. Roche, it's up in 25. And Ursa's not up for another 50.
Yeah, there's the fight from IG.
They want more.
Some Goku, very tanky.
Avalanche Emo needs to be careful. Ancient Zero Swashbuckle X comes out. They've got themselves the double edge. They'll get the kill on Kaka. IG, they might have gone in for more than they can bite off. They go to kill the 70 though with the Avalanche as well as the toss the suit hits on Zeros. Ollie doing a lot of work here, and now he's silenced but killed off. Give it that double edge as well as the Ancient Seal, and the damage is just too much. Son Goku continuing to throw out these double edges, and he'll go into the BKB, be out. Emo shows himself for a second. Son Goku. So he's got 35 health. Feels impossible to kill at times.
Every double edge just does so much damage. He didn't even take the double edge strength damage down, which is surprising to me. I think most of them taking that one. The fight is just very sloppy from IG. They are all in the Skyrock. Emo died straight away, and Spectre on the side.
This is an Ag's Blessing.
It is an Ag's Blessing.
And protection is on Son Goku. Oh, Emo's might not be. They've got the vision now. On to September, they could get the blink as well. Kill off him, but he goes into the Emo kick. And now he's at the first pit. They go after the 2-minute Earth Spike. Avalanche has to go. They get the kill. He's dead for 15 seconds though. Use the Stampede, the blink, and the hooks on. Dangerous grasp right on top of that. The BKB behind IDC. However, he's going to survive for now with the Emo being thrown over from Tiny all the way over to Kaka. He's still alive. The BKB's going to run on the Earth. Avalanche comes in. It's also going to hit on Son Goku. They get the kill on IDC. They look over as it's a 2-man stun from this single. Silence out. Mana drain. Kaka's standing there like, come get me. He is not died. He hasn't. Rolling Thunder is going to be enough. Fly getting a little bit worse. Son Goku thinking about going, give it the gun themselves off, and he's going to go after XCJ. Avalanche comes out, they get the kill to the tree, they got a top, and he's laughing no longer. And now the Evo thrown over Son Goku, they get the kill to the Sencho, because their attention on the 70. There's a lot of damage with shield crash, almost goes off Fly, he gets pushed over to the side, and they'll get it. Fly, I want to say he gets saved here by this Elder Titan with a full stat, pushing Fly out of the range of that Swashbuckle, and Fly survives, which is massive, and now we'll go after Roche.
The support here on the dash set is completely outplayed Radiant, kiting their BKBs. No problem. And they're going to be the ones getting the Axe Blessing. I feel like the team of SAG should have gone with the Ursa. Like, there wasn't
Axe picked up on Fly.
Buyback is way too late. I think they realized it way too late. And he picked up the Scepter on Spectre, actually. So he's going to have the Shadow Step ability. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think you got to commit for a resolution there. With the Ursa, like, he just stays in the pit for 5 seconds longer than the Roche is gone.
Yeah.
But he decides to go out, try to help his team, gets kited, and now it's all IG. This game is pretty done and dusted at this point.
Look, now they just have to finish it with this Aegis, or can finish it with this. They don't have to. I think that they're just up 11,000 though, and this is going to become a problem, especially with that buyback coming out from 7E.
I don't know what
he
that
does
was for.
So much damage, like now not having that, and if he gets taken out of the fight quickly, which he has in the past, you're in trouble.
He has really started scaling though. Ever since he got that Scepter, nothing really came from him anymore. He's getting jumped first in pretty much every team fight.
I will say though, the Axe does do a lot of damage when you get the opportunity to get it off, and that it was doing a lot of damage over mid. It's just IDC kind of got kited around. Kaka survived, and they're trying to jump in, and they just were unable to do so.
It's a tough Ursa game. Because the Spectral Dagger slow goes through the BKB of his, so he can never really dispel that, and you just permanently slow. How much slow is it at this point? 20.
Haunt, Exorcism, gonna be off cooldown. Just a few moments.
I mean, this Haunt alone, Scotty, Spectral Dagger, whoever he hits,
Radiant's
is not
bottom
gonna
tower
move.
is under
100 movement
attack.
speed.
Yeah.
Whether it's Ursa or Skywrath, doesn't matter.
They'll probably, I'd say, use this Exorcism to go to the tier 3 in high ground, right?
Yeah, and they also gave a gem to Spectra. They can jump him, but there's nobody can kill him.
Radiant's bottom
They're
tower
waiting for him
has
to
fallen.
want him to. Hey, kid, why come out and play?
Radiant's
We
middle
swear
tower
we're his
is under
friends.
attack.
Come on. They use that Exorcism to push through the high ground, and I think kind of knowing that Ursa's up top.
Doesn't matter though. I feel like they could just easily force the high ground here.
They get the kill into the Skywrath.
They just sell them alone.
By using that Ag's Blessing to have that
Radiant's
shadow
middle
step.
tower is under attack.
Yep. And it's already off cooldown again.
Pretty disgusting.
It's one of the better axes as well.
By taking back the outpost, they're sitting over to the side.
5 minutes, be caught.
I'm getting nervous. I'm so 13k lead. One more fight could be the end though for SAG. They're not too careful. Sentry down, and they'll take away that Ob's vision. Kaka backs away from it, knowing that they do blink on Son Goku, ready to go. Glimmer Cape, Sentry down for the Radiant. That Finger comes out, able to 4-step away. 7-8, blocked back in the last fight, so he's dead. Got the Haunt used, and they're going to focus their attention on XCJ. They look over the tree, and they've got him busted. They've got him killed. He's got buyback. And again, Vega's coming through to the dive of the high ground with the fact that the tier 2 is setting. He close off moves out. Now the Exorcist the damage on the Hollow. They've got the Mystic down with BKB Bob IDC low. And FIDC trying to run, but he's slowed down. Kaka here for Spike lands, and IDC, he's trying to run, trying to hide, but can't get out in time. They've got the buyback available on the Ursa, and that will be Goku blinking north to try and escape. They've used Exorcism here in the tier 3. Let's see if they go for more. Of course, still holding this Aegis. JT, we're going man the front lines of this one, still holding that BKB. They're trying to force this buyback out from the air to the blink. The hook's not coming in, but they've got themselves the toss up into the air. Begins to get the damage coming in on the Son Goku. He's getting low, and now he'll just survive. Quick jump to the finish. They get the kill. He'll buy back, but still, no buyback used. And IDC, his damage is probably well worth using. Blink host out coming out. The double edge is going to be bounced back with the roller sword, but it doesn't really do a lot of damage on the Son Goku. Now they're going to buy back with Spotlight. He's in way too far. Blade Veil, Kaka trying to get the same as Galliard, but that's going to keep the Spectre alive. They got to keep that right from IDC. They've got the Avalanche Shells coming through. Ursa low, Ursa soft, Ursa dreaming about a game. He can win, but it's not looking likely. They've got a fly. They'll get the kill, and now BKB pop by JT. They'll go the other way. Now BKB, IDC, Emo on the run. Although if IDC ends up dead, this could be a problem for SAG. Without Fly though, the push is halted.
Radiant's top tower
I don't know
is
why
under
you
attack.
thought diving fountain there was necessary at all.
For CJ of all people.
Yeah, maybe IG is just having a good time with the game. I don't know, but I feel like if you've been playing so slot throughout the entire second season, you know, you just have at least one clean game. Like, there's no need to always keep diving. Sure, they're still in a super good position, but it's just very unnecessary what they're doing. Centaur, when he gets his shot stacks up, he will still get 6.5k health. And then every double edge dealt, like, I don't know, 700 damage or so. Which, again, he didn't take the double edge strength damage health. It would be like 1,000.
Firefly didn't need to dive there, but ultimately he ends up dead, diving in too far. I think there was a chance for IG to just win the game. We saw this.
We did. And not only in this series, but in a lot of series.
Sirai?
Are scanning.
Sirai says. Sirai?
DC using that ninja gear, getting invis. Looks like we're going over 40 minutes.
You lost?
I have lost.
I'm dead.
I'm dead. Plushies. Oh, I don't know. Finger coming out.
The
September.
finger.
He'll survive.
They have Haunt. Do right now.
They could shadow. I don't know what cooldown.
So scared.
Timeless relic. Picked up by the tiny.
Doesn't mean there's no time in the relic, or that it's just really old.
It's so old, it's timeless.
Okay. Like me then.
Molder.
And this age. Don't know about my past life, sir. Yeah.
Interesting.
Surprising.
Yeah.
I thought that was the older one. But turned out I'm the young one.
Smoke used. 5-man smoke from SAG.
But don't plug it
Radiant
home.
are
They're going to be
scanning.
walking right into IG just
fight.
after the 40-minute mark. They're going to go in. They're going to try and get this Mystic Flow down with BDB behind. They see they go after Ali. They look to take out this Elf trying to start. He's Invis for the moment. They got the killer pocket. They took him out this line who buys back immediately. Evo getting run down here. Pops the EQB. Puts their attention on the so they get figured. He's dead for 100 seconds. And now their damage, it looks like 70. He might just follow suit dead here. Gets a golem toss on him. Maybe getting an assist on the golem. They've got the attention. They've got the hex. They'll get the kill. And Evo, they're taking the tiny. He's got buyback down. 70. He won't. They'll get both cores out of this game. And now they look over the big tanky Son Goku with 5,700 health. Now back down to 5,000. Avalanche comes in with the KD to look for that stop. Avalanche comes in. 5750. Over to the side. And they will shadow step on him. Looking to have this control. They've got the hex on Goku. 5,750 health isn't even enough to survive. And none of these heroes have buyback. They'll call GG.
Minute 41.
And they'll call it at minute 41. The plushies would be even longer. But IG did
Radiant's bottom
2-0
tower
over
is under
SAG.
attack.
What other predictions do you have?
There's 2 more for the next series.
We're gonna need it.
Dire
For
victory.
your machine life.
Yeah.
But then again, SAG. It's the timing. They had one. We're on the clock. Back to DP. Just put strong. 2 tanky. That's the deal.